אומר משה כוח שמעו נא בני לוי המעט מכם כי הגדיל אלוהי ישראל אתכם מעדת ישראל להקריב אתכם עליו לעבוד את עבודת ישון אדוני ולמוד את לבני העדה לשרתה.
אמן.
רב יעמדו שושן בת מיכאל וליאורה ויריב בן שמואל שני. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בשר בנו לכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. בכל עדתך נעדים על אדוני ואהרון נאור כי תלינו עליו. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורה אמת וחיי עולם ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
יעמוד 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 חתן הבר-מצווה יהודה בן שושנה ויריב אחרון.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך,
ברכו את אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אתה אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר ברכי בנו עם כל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. וישלח משה לקרוא ונתן לו לרם ולאליהו ויאמרו לא נעלה המעט כי עליתנו לארץ זו רק חלב ודבש והמיתנו במדבר מסתער אלינו גם מסתער ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטבח בתוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. For supporting me in becoming a man. But for me to become a man, I must understand my portion. Once we were all slaves in Egypt. Moses saw the injustice of our servitude and declared to the Pharaoh, "Let my people go." We heard Moses' call and there was hope for our freedom, but it didn't come quickly. We endured our labor whilst God brought plagues upon the Egyptians. Pharaoh could not hold up any longer, but as we fled quickly, the Pharaoh changed his mind and came after us. We came upon the Red Sea and thought we were defeated. But then the sea parted, and Moses led us through the parted waters. We were now free. Good story, huh? Unfortunately, that is not the portion I just read. Wow, wouldn't that be great? I could say, I am coming of age as in Israel. Done! But that wasn't the portion. Oh well. No, my passage comes later, after we've been in the desert a while and things are rough. Our people have bland food, little water, it is the desert after all, and we didn't seem to be getting any closer to this promised land. The Israelites were looking around and thinking, this is not what we thought freedom was about. Many felt their conditions were bad, and so they did what Moses had done in Egypt. They started to question why this power should be. Some may have felt something along the lines of, why should we suffer more? And why did our troubles not vanish when we left Egypt? Korach, an Israelite from the Levite tribe, was angered by the sparse environment. He looked to his fellow Levites and complained. We imagine he said, "You see these problems we are having? We have no fertile land to pass down to our children. These problems are bad, really bad. And you know what? Moses is the one in charge. Why hasn't he fixed these problems? Why does Moses have all the power? His leadership isn't helping us." Korach was noticing a problem and mobilizing his community around the problem. That was good, right? That's what people are meant to do. No? But Korach didn't just question Moses and his leadership. He saw an opportunity to take power from Moses for himself. In order to do so, he fanned the sparks of discontent among his community. He may have thought, I want to be leader. I should have the power. And I will use our harsh conditions to convince everyone to make me the leader of the Israelites. He then confronted Moses. He said, "You have gone too far. The whole community of Israel has been set apart by the Lord. And he is with all of us. What right do you have to act as though you are greater than the rest of the Lord's people?" Then Korach went for the power grab. Moses, not knowing how to respond, insisted that God should choose who should lead the Israelites. Moses or Korach. Moses would not believe that Korach, his fellow Israelite, wanted to lead his people. After all, he was totally ungrateful for all that God had given the Israelites so far. And what was his aim of leadership? Further, Korach thought that their problems had to do with a lack of fertile land and plentiful food, rather than an undeveloped sense of community. Moses was shocked and reached out to Dathan and Abiram, two of Korach's closest followers. He asked to talk over the situation, but they refused. "We will not come before you. Isn't it enough that you brought us out of Egypt, a land flowing with milk and honey, to kill us here in this wilderness, and that you now treat us like your subjects? What's more, you haven't brought us into another land flowing with milk and honey. You haven't given us a new homeland with fields and vineyards. Are you trying to fool these men? We will not come. Again, Moses could not believe his ears. Korach had convinced them of the worst solution to the uncomfortable situation, a return to slavery. Moses, not wanting to further engage in this ridiculousness, told God that Datan, Abiram, and 250 others who supported Korach in his rebellion would bring offerings of incense to the center of the Israelites' camp. There, God would light the incense of the man who God chose to be the leader. When all the Israelites gathered, they witnessed God lighting Moses' incense, and therefore declaring him the leader. Then they watched as the earth swallowed Korach, Datan, and Abiram. Afterwards, despite Moses' pleading, God also incinerated Korach's 250 followers. Case closed, decision made, Moses was the leader. Wow. When I read this, I was quite confused. Why is it punishable to question power? To question the cause of your people's discontent? Doesn't the Torah show numerous times that we should question power? And then I realized there are two reasons for why one may question power. First, you can question power because the person in power is abusing their power. But that is not what Korach was doing. He was questioning power for the second reason. He questioned power out of greed. His rebellion was born out of desire to gain power for himself rather than out of concern for the well-being of his community. My opinion is actually shared by quite a few classical commentators such as Rashi and Ramban. They both share this strain of thought and back it up with the Midrash, or external Torah story. So now we understand. Leaders do not have power so that others can serve them. A leader's power comes with the responsibility to serve the community. But another question looms large. Why did God kill all of Korach's followers? One way to understand this mass murder is to consider what these people believe. They believed that God and his prophets should give them plentiful, delicious food, a land filled with milk and honey, and even an easy life. They thought this is why they left Egypt. But this was not true. God had given them freedom, expecting them to earn the rest of it. He wanted them to learn that freedom comes with responsibilities. The responsibility to make decisions for yourself, to solve your own problems, and to care and serve for your community. Korach's followers were impatient and ungrateful for all that God had given them. Their food, though not extravagant, their land, though not lush, and their freedom. It seems God came to believe that these followers would not learn, and so he was done. A bit harsh in my opinion, and in Moses' as well. As part of my study of this story, I wanted to see if these lessons would help me understand my world. And that is when I thought of some people who truly embodied the Torah's teachings in this portion. There are people who know that a leader's responsibility comes, a leader's power comes with responsibility to serve the community. And they know that freedom comes with responsibilities too. The responsibility to make decisions for yourself, solve your own problems, and to care and serve for others. Only a few months ago, a group of teenagers in Parkland, Florida, embodied both of those teachings. After a deadly shooting in their school, they took on the responsibility of caring for their community. They founded the hashtag #NeverAgain movement to end gun violence in schools by exercising their freedom to solve a problem and care for each other. They became the true leaders who are serving their community. My whole school career, my friends and I have practiced sheltering drills, lockdown drills, fire drills, and millions of other kinds of drills. Our leaders, politicians and parents alike, thought that this would keep us safe in our schools. But in this year alone, we as a nation have had a school shooting close to once a week. Because the Parkland kids spoke truth to their powerful yet inactive leaders, everyone now agrees that our drills are not enough. Everyone can see that there is a problem, but we, the kids, are no longer waiting around for someone else to solve them. Instead, we have taken on the responsibility of leadership to help our community. Korach and his followers saw the Israelites' lack of plenty as a problem, but instead of taking on the responsibility of making their lives better, they blamed Moses and even suggested that their lives might be better back in Egypt as slaves. I mean, who thinks living in Egypt as a slave is better than living free in the desert? This year, as we were being dismissed from our school, my friends and I witnessed a disturbed man jump out of the pickup truck that he had just used to mow down innocent people along the west side of Highway. At first, we moved towards him, thinking he was a victim in need of help. When he pulled out guns, which turned out to be fake, we quickly retreated into our school for safety. That day, our school's many drills served us well, but the drills were just one simple answer, not a full solution. As a student of the Torah and of the world, I cannot just wait for my school to figure this out for me. My fellow students and I organized and participated in a walk-in to call attention to this issue. We took on the responsibility of leadership in order to serve each other, but we did not stop there. During our walkout, we discussed the issues, proposed solutions, debated, and began to see the solution as a collage of actions, not just one. We recommended that our lawmakers, 1, make it harder for young people to get guns, 2, provide more mental health care for everyone, 3, ban assault rifles, and 4, take guns from people who have a history of violence. And if those lawmakers don't listen, we will be voting in 5 short years, and we will vote them out. So, in the end, the Torah has taught me to see problems and seek out leadership roles when injustice is in my sight. I know that it will be hard sometimes to sacrifice my own wants to do what's right for others, but I'm only 13, so I've got lots of years to practice. I want to say thank you to everybody who's here for supporting me. Thank you to my parents for always being there and making me study. I want to say thank you to Yoni for teaching me most of what I know, and I want to say thank you to Misha for teaching me the rest of it. And I want to thank Lila for always making me feel better when my parents were conversations.
May God bless you and keep you. יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה.
God's light shone upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
כן יהי רצון.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May you feel God's presence with you always, and may you find peace.
כן יהי רצון.
Some more. Moses said, let my people go. With house like your firstborn did, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down to Egypt's land. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Moses stood on the Red Sea shore. Let my people go. He was smoking on water with a 2x4. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, lay down in Egypt's land. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Tell to let my people go.
One more big mazel tov for Judah. Mazel tov!
Always been in there for me to hang out, play Fortnite, or even just when I ranted about my crazy life. You guys are the best. Thank you. I don't want to blame anybody. Actually, I do. Next up are my parents. Can I get my mom and my dad up here, please? Mom, when I think of you, I see an ally. I see somebody who cares about me and stands up to me toward those who wish to harm me. I see those long nights where I work on an essay or project for 5+ hours, and we get it done. I see someone who I love and who loves me right back. When I think of you, I see someone who wants me to succeed. You want me to do well with the same mindset as Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Thank you for not raising me to be a bar-mitzvah, but to be someone who understands what it means to be a Jew, and what it means to be an adult. Thank you. Lila, it's your turn. Great. Lila, you and I go way back. We've had so many great times together, and you always know how to make me smile. You're kind and considerate. Thank you for making me, for trying to make me feel better when you don't feel down. For example, my father was screaming at me to rewrite the speech 7 or 8 times. He came in and turned me down. Enough for me to write this part about you. You're a great sister, and I love you. Okay, I think we lit an extra candle on the way somehow, but I have one last one before. Okay, Miriam, can you come up here? Miriam? Miriam, I've known you since I was about 6 months old and my Uncle Josh shot me on my head. You've been there for me and pretty much raised me. You helped me become the person that I am today. And thank you so much for that. We've been in many protests together, many videos and overseas. I'm excited that we watched Sesame Street. We did so many things together. Thank you so much for being there for me. The last one, right here, is from Juan. Judah. I've known you since you were born, and you've always been there with me, through thick and thin. Everyone's always told you what to do and how, but you're an adult now, and you have to be responsible for that. I believe in you, and I think you'll do the right thing. Sincerely, Judah.